told family my graduation party was at a dive bar. My sister's graduation party 3 years ago ended with my uncle getting arrested, and our insane family permanently banned from a $200 a plate restaurant. The whole disaster started when my batshit aunt found out it was at a nice venue and invited 73 people without asking. Then my uncles got into a fist fight over who deserved credit for my sister's success and trashed half the place. The restaurant had sent us a $12,000 bill, so when my best friend's parents offered their gorgeous rooftop venue for free, with space for precisely 30 people, I knew I was completely screwed. The interrogation started the second I graduated. My aunt called 15 times in 1 week, demanding venue details so she could coordinate with the family, which meant her entire church group. My uncle needed the address 3 months in advance to check if his brother would be there, since they still weren't speaking after the arrest. My cousin started a group chat adding random relatives I'd never met, all discussing carpooling for what she called at least 100 guests. That's when I remembered this absolute cesspool of a dive bar near campus. I made my announcement in the group chat. Okay, fine. The booked venue is that bar downtown next to the Trader Joe's. There were no replies for 10 minutes. I kept going, describing floors so sticky your heels get trapped, one working toilet that floods hourly, and $150 cash-only bar minimum per person. You mean the dive bar? My aunt replied. The place with the health code violations? I put a love heart on the message. That's when I added that capacity was 30 people maximum due to fire code problems, so only immediate family could come. My uncle immediately sent me reviews mentioning food poisoning and active roach infestations, which was hilarious. The whole thing was genius because they couldn't complain about the tiny guest list at such a dump. They couldn't demand I accommodate their crap at a dive bar, and they definitely couldn't invite extra people to a place currently under health department investigation. For 3 weeks straight, my family completely spiraled. My aunt created another group chat called Graduation Options, where she posted hourly venue alternatives, all expensive places where she'd definitely invite her entire congregation. I responded with a graduation menu I made up from the dive bar featuring mystery meat sliders and wings of questionable origin for $40. I sent photos of their party room, which was just a broken pool table next to an overflowing dumpster. Every time someone offered to pay for a different venue, I claimed the dive bar already cashed my non-refundable deposit and was threatening to sue if I pulled out. The manipulation attempts got increasingly desperate. My grandmother offered $5,000 for a proper venue, but I knew that meant she'd control the entire guest list. My uncle actually drove to the dive bar and sent 15 photos of health violations to the family chat. My cousin started planning an alternative celebration at her house. Even my mom started crying, saying I was ruining my own celebration just to be spiteful about my sister's disaster. But the absolute best part was watching them panic about who made the 30-person cut. My aunt kept asking how she'd choose between her sisters. Both uncles were separately texting me to ensure the other wasn't invited. They actually created a shared document ranking family members by importance, which caused 3 brand new arguments before I even sent invitations. Someone suggested bringing their own food to avoid poisoning. Graduation day arrived, and exactly 28 family members showed up at the dive bar, looking like they were attending a funeral in a war zone. My aunt brought industrial hand sanitizer. My uncle wore clothes he planned to throw away afterward. My grandmother was literally holding a handkerchief over her nose in the parking lot, but I was standing there in a full cocktail dress, which should have been their first clue something was off. Anyway, just kidding, I announced once everyone gathered around. The real venue is nearby. I wish I recorded that moment, to be honest. The relief on their faces when we walked across the road to the gorgeous rooftop venue was absolutely priceless. 30 floors up, perfect city view, professional catering, jazz trio, the works. My aunt realized she couldn't have invited her book club even if she'd known. Both uncles were forced to behave in such an elegant setting. My crazy grandmother confessed she'd actually gone to the dive bar the day before and given the real bartender $50 to reserve the cleanest table, which he kept because he thought she was insane. I did wish the mystery meat sliders were real though.